Good evening, everybody. Hello, how are we all doing? No JBG just yet, so we'll just turn him off. Hope everyone is doing well, having a good week. Let's just refresh that to make sure the logo is right. It is. We will bring telemetry to the front. Evening, Rob. How are you? Load layout. We need... and that. Okay, so we should all be sorted as far as telemetry goes. Just inviting people who I know would like to join us. I think Red Dog is in a race at the moment, but we'll invite him anyway. Okie dokie. So plan for this evening. Nothing set in stone just yet, but we're probably going to be doing the SDRL tracks, which are in next week's doubleheader, which are Imola and Mexico. So if you fancy joining in any of them, it will be invite only, so only people that we have raced with before, to keep the racing as clean as possible. We may add a few AI drivers, depending on how we feel. Possibly, if people want to, we could do some non-dry races, either inter or wet, depending on how people feel. The idea being just to give the SDRL drivers a bit of a chance for some practice with other real drivers in readiness for Monday's race. I'm going to have a slurp of beer because my throat's dry. We went to visit a cattery today. In readiness for... oh, JBG is back. We can turn him back on. In readiness for Robin going there when we're on holiday in August. Quite a nice little setup. Only Centre Parks down the road, so nowhere far. But yeah, Robin is having his own little holiday, which will be his first time away from home. So it'll be interesting to see. Are you sitting where you would normally sit yet?
No.
Oh, good. That's fine then. I won't mention it again until you tell me you are. So we've got Mars in so far. I think I invited you, JBG. Invite Peterson because he's always up for a race. Don't see Rob online. Rob is saying he can't join practice races for SDRL because he's already too slow. Well, surely that's the perfect reason to join some practice races then, Rob. I haven't got a setup. Well, join some practice races and you can do your setup. What? Hey? Don't deny it, Rob. I'll start publishing our Discord messages. Yeah, how can you be too slow to practice? The way to get quicker is to practice, surely. Makes no sense. Peterson joins us. I'm sure JBG will be firing up the game henceforth.
I'm in the game. I'm just
ignoring my invites.
No, you were just like you F1 World. It's about getting to the bit where the invite is. There's not like in other games. There's like a social thing.
Yeah.
This
well,
game
Rob,
is
if
like,
you've
not obvious. Well, maybe I have to press this button here. There we go.
Yeah. Rob, if you've got no setup, then a practice lobby with some qualifying and Parc Fermé turned off is the ideal place to be sorting out your setup as well. No?
Well, the thing is, he can. Have you noticed? I've tried to go to time trials and I can't get setups off time trials anymore.
I haven't looked because I don't do time trial. The only time I go into time trial is to enter my own setups from Sim Racing Centre Sim Racing Centre. Fallen resubscribed 24 months. Excellent, good man. They've been subscribed a total of 36 months. That's 3 years. He does live for now. How's things with you, Fallen? You still working silly days that prevent you watching my streams? I hope everything's okay anyway.
Isn't Fallen the guy that you did Far Cry 4 with?
Correct. Okay, well, I can't really help with setups, Rob, I'm afraid. As I say, I buy mine from Sim Racing Centre. !SRC in the chat will get you an affiliate link, which helps to support the channel. Please use it if you can. As well as a discount code that gets you 10% off everything you buy from them. Be that setups for all the major racing games, F1, iRacing, the rally game, or even lap analysis, training sessions, and possibly even a session where they will race engineer in your very own league race. How was that for an ad? All I need is a Sim Racing Centre logo up here somewhere. I should probably do that. I mean, I've got that one, but that's particularly useful on my intro screen. Yeah, I realise racing games aren't really your thing, Fallen. I'm still playing Watch Dogs on a Thursday evening, but that clashed with your work schedule, I seem to remember. Did he? That's interesting to know. I have had 2 race engineers in my time in SDRL. Sir Dogan was the first, and the guy down there was the second for a number of races. It's very useful, even if they're, with the greatest respect to JBG and Cert, even if they're not necessarily subject matter experts, but just having someone who can say, you know, the guy behind is 5 seconds behind you and is currently on average a quarter of a second a lap quicker. Little things like that, you know whether it's worth trying to fight them for the place, or if they're 2 seconds a lap quicker, you may as well just let them go past, because there's no point slowing yourself down trying to keep them behind you. So you know, little things like that are always useful. So we currently have 4 drivers in. I didn't advertise this at all anywhere SDRL related. So what would we like to do, SDRL people? Well, Mars, who is
stick a bunch of 80 or 85 AI in there, maybe 3 or 4, and then just go for it. Let's
stick with dry and what sort of length races?
Just start with dry. I always struggle with Imola.
Are you happy with 35% JBG? Shorten 35 is what Mars has suggested, which is the exact format for
I agree
SDRL.
with that. I'll go with whatever.
Yep. Okay, that sounds good. So we've added 4 AI drivers. Anyone else in the chat fancy joining in? Like I say, only people we've raced with before. These races are semi-serious, about as serious as we get on this channel, but we don't want open lobby carnage, because that's just nothing, not useful at all for people who are trying to practice.
You've changed it to 22 laps now.
Yeah, that's 35%.
Yeah, okay, it was 32 laps.
Yeah, that's. I just loaded the SDRL template, which is a 50% race.
Yeah, okay.
But in the double headers, they only do 35% races, so we're actually simulating. Let me just see what I have actually got it set to dynamic weather, so let me change that to dry. No, that's the wrong one. I want the one that says weather to change the weather. Okay, well, if everyone's happy, we can dive in. Short quali, 35% race, 22 laps, as JBG said. All rules are off except corner cutting, which is on strict. No auto recovery or anything like that. So yeah, drive how you would like, but please don't crash into people deliberately, because that's not nice.
I can't imagine anyone here would do that.
Generally not, but you know, sometimes
that's
it's
a
worth
shame.
saying.
Robcaz isn't.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, Rob, where else are you going to find?
Well, I thought maybe
pressure free.
He's having a giving himself some space for a moment,
Quite
because he
possibly.
was battling. If you look at the race on Monday, he was battling midfield throughout.
Yeah.
Like, he was up against Alex F1, Bradders, Tyrant, I believe. Yeah, he did a one-stop strategy. He might have been better off doing a two-stop. Bradders did a two-stop. And I think Rob Kaz spent so long trying not to mess up his tyres and stick to the two-stop, he probably would have been quicker and made up the pit stop time if he just had an extra set of tyres.
Yeah.
I didn't see. I saw Rob said something there, but
Something
okay,
about
yeah,
he
I
doesn't
get
feel
that.
like racing today, which is fair enough. Okay, so there is
Right.
Imola. I'll leave that up while I
I
load my
did
Sim
check
Racing Centre
the
setup.
STRL. Well, they've done a lot of changes, eh?
How do you mean? Oh, the
Well,
the
like
SRC
every
setup, yeah.
track seems to have a new.
Yes, I think it was Mars who told me earlier in the week that they'd made quite a few changes to their setups. So, let's head out and go slow.
Okay, engines fired up, we're set.
All the AI are out on track already. Very long pit lane speed limit section in Imola. Continues way past all the garages, which is a little unusual.
Oh, they really have changed it up, eh?
Also, Fallen, if you're still here, almost certainly the next game I'm going to be playing on a Thursday is Mafia 4 when it comes out, which is early August, I believe. I know you're quite an aficionado of the Mafia games, I think. I really enjoy them, so I'm expecting good things from that.
Brandon Lee just says put all the tyre temps max. I'm going to do that. Niku, who's Niku?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Mafia 4 as well.
Right, go to track.
$17.2 for Bortoletto. $16.7, AD takes pole, not for long though. There we go, 14.9, that's more like it, Mars. Oh look, I'm about 2 seconds behind Mars. Messed up the top chicane. Went a little bit quicker. I was 3/10 up at one point. .6 behind Mars. That's on the low end of where I usually am, so that's quite nice.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Fuck this up messing with the ERS.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Okay, so we're still P2, 1.6 behind Mars, 7/10 ahead of Bortoletto. JBG yet to set a lap. About a second ahead of Peterson. Beer is going down quicker than it usually does on a Friday.
The report's good. We're looking at a dry session.
Let's go watch JBG if he's out on track.
I'm just coming back in.
Oh, okay. Peterson is out. We'll watch him for a bit. Coming through the last 2 corners.
Turn you up. I can't. Trouble is when you
Oh,
go
into the
full
pits.
tilt the engine in your ears.
Yeah, it's a
difficult
bit tricky
eh?
sometimes.
Yeah.
I can, thanks to Voice Meter, I can turn the game up and down in my headphones without it affecting what goes out on stream. So
Yes.
that is
That's
quite nice.
essentially what my Go XLR does, which
Yeah.
is pretty cool. Right.
I keep meaning to do a setup video on how I use Voice Meter, because I am a Voice Meter ambassador, don't you know?
Are you?
Not that I've done anything about it. I am, yes.
And what did you have to do that?
Just ask, agree to try and promote Voice Meter. I don't get anything of any real value from it. It's just supporting a piece of software that I find incredibly useful.
Yes, it is. And you paid for it as well.
I did. This is true. Yeah. GBG just heading out onto the track. How long have we got left? 6 minutes. I'll wait a bit before I do my final run. But JBG is the only car on track, it would appear.
Cool.
Although he's now on track. Vroom indeed, Corn. We need to get Corn into one of these streams. Whole track to himself,
Did you
indeed.
set this up so I have to clutch out of pits or something?
No, that should be down to, oh yes, pit. Sorry, do you want me to turn that off? It has got pit release assistant turned off. Yeah, sorry, it's because I loaded the SDRL setup and then forgot to go back and edit the assists. Sadly, I don't think I can do it now.
It's just that it took me out of the pits at like 5 miles an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll need to turn your speed limiter off at the end of the pit lane. I can't do anything about it. This
best lap so far, 1:16.5, and we're 5th in the speed trap, 185.9 miles per hour.
So where am I losing time to Mars? Second in the first sector, 7/10 in the second sector, 6/10 in the final sector. Total of 2.1 seconds behind. JBG is out on mediums, which is an unusual strategy, or his first lap was on mediums, he's now on the softs.
Yeah, just to get used to the track and not waste the softs.
Okay, let's stick some fresh softs on, knock the fuel out of the car, go for a minimum fuel run.
Okay guys, everyone be aware, the car's ready to go.
Yeah, Corn's driving skills apparently aren't up to racing with us. We'll get him into it at some point, I'm sure. It should tell you what button to press to cut out of the speed limiter above your gear indicator.
You know what it's like, it will say, press button 107.
Exactly, yes. Luckily for me, it's button 4, and that's one of the label buttons. Maybe we need to get you in with us. We could do with somebody that I can actually beat. As you can see from Mars's pace, chance of me beating him are slim to none. Mars quite often does like extra pit stops in these races and still wins. Corner there, AD. Yep. Mars is quite unlucky not to be higher up in the SDRL standings than he is.
Very unlucky. It was a hell of a race on Monday.
Just goes to show how one little mistake can change a race win to, what was it, 4th place?
Well, it was, Cloud had just challenged and looked like it was going to take the lead anyway, but Mars didn't have any ability to fight back or to fend off the 2 other cars that went past him. That was a problem. He ended up in P4.
Yeah. Very lucky to get away with that in those last two corners. 1:16.0. Back to 1.6 seconds behind Mars. That's pretty good for me. Box this lap. Box this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
It's like talking to my phone in the car.
My daughter, 8:30 at night.
Yeah. We are checking. Yeah, I'll give that a go, Rob, in your dreams. Whoops. Didn't want that wing anyway. I'm sure there was something wrong with it.
Your front wing's damaged. Expects a lot of understeer unless we replace it.
Yeah, there's something wrong with team telemetry. I need to see if there's an update, because Mars is currently called Bortoletto, but then so is Bortoletto in third place on my telemetry screens.
Okay.
JBG puts in a final lap. So Mars takes P1, myself in P2.
Oh,
Yeah, I imagine the mix of accents that you probably generate, Rob, is confusing enough. So probably your Spanish accent is closer to English than your normal one is. No offence, of course, you're not being a native English speaker. I will criticise your English when my Lithuanian is as good as yours. Lithuanian, have I got that right? Okay, so there's only Mars with us, but let's all give each other a chance to double check setups and strategies. You don't English good either. Oh, Peterson's with us as well. Sorry, I forgot about
I was
you.
going to say, did Peterson leave?
Yeah, apologies, Peterson. You just snuck in the back door in qualifying.
matter.
Where'd you end up?
You
Fifth.
really matter
You do.
to the rest of us, but just not to Hawkins.
I guess I'll stick with the default medium to hard. 10 laps on the mediums, 12 on the
race
hards.
strategy.
I'm not going to bother with fuel load because it'll make zero difference to me. Mars is ready. AD is ready. AD's beer is nearly empty. I had to go to a shop today to buy beer, because I forgot to ask my wife to buy me beer on Wednesday when she did our online order, because I didn't realise I was that low on beer.
Wow.
SpongeBob Peterson is ready. Just you, JBG.
Yep.
Was that yep, you're ready, or yep,
No,
you understand?
I am. That was yep, I know I'm not ready, but yep, I am now ready.
Okay, good luck everybody. I'll see if I can do one of my lightning starts and lead the race for one corner. Two, actually. Well, probably three. It's unlikely, if I do lead into turn one, it'd be unlikely for Mars to overtake before turn 4.
We'll see, shall we?
Indeed. That assumes I can make a decent start, of course. I'll probably end up facing the wrong way now.
Taking me out, which is
Yes.
Clutch out, we're green.
Wrong gear, never mind. Mars already broken DRS in like turn 6. My first track limits warning already.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
Second track limits warning.
Okay, clear.
$17.5 for Mars, $19.4 for me. Yep, settle in AD for a nice lonely race, hopefully.
Tyre condition still looking good. Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Oh shit. Huge frame drop there. That did not help at all. We do on a Wednesday, Smooth Operator. These aren't, unfortunately. This is practice for a league race on Monday evening. So we only do this with people we've raced with before. Hope you understand. Sometimes Sunday afternoons as well. Only when there isn't a Grand Prix on that afternoon. And sometimes not even then. Thank you, Corn.
Approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
That could have been very nasty with Sainz there. to break DRS from Sainz, ideally. Not quite, but he should be far enough behind that he can't get me.
You're lapping around a second faster than the car ahead. Keep this up. Green flag.
Sainz out. Nothing to do with me. Coming in at the end of the next lap.
Like signs is in the barriers.
Him and Albon were having a bit of a battle. Oh, Hulkenberg spins.
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
So 5.5 behind Bortoletto. Two and a bit behind Peterson. He has a 3-second penalty. It's not going to help. Tyres starting to get to the end of their life.
Okay, pit in this lap and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. Right, let's go, come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that.
Pit lane's so long.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
JBG takes the lead, having already done his pit stop. Or takes the lead from us, I should say. He's ahead of us. We will have fresher tyres though. He also has a penalty.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
straight from JBG. Peterson right on his tail, let's try and capitalise.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
Why not follow JBG onto the grass? Pits after giving me DRS, that was quite nice. So 4.9 to Bortoletto, who has stopped.
Oh, hold 9.
$17.2 for Mars.
I don't know what button I have to press to get my car to do more than 5 miles an hour. It's not on the screen.
.7 to Bortoletto, 9 laps to go. Over a second quicker than him last lap, so hopefully. Not getting a time penalty is fairly key as well. .1 to Bortoletto. So much quicker than him in those last 2 corners. Made up 6/10 in 2 corners. I've got Peterson within DRS range, but he has got a penalty.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 1.6 seconds. some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible.
No
Lost
DRS.
some time to the car behind.
$17.0 for Mars. 48 seconds ahead. Oh, you dickhead.
I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate.
Need to get a 3-second gap to Bortoletto now, ideally. In 5 laps. Breaking DRS is the first order of business. Jesus, Mars put softs on or something now. Back in the lap times. Okay, Peterson's now ahead of Bortoletto. That helps because Peterson has a penalty. 2.2 ahead of Bortoletto and I need 3 seconds. Laps to go.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Apart from the fact Bortoletto's catching, we need to do something about that. few laps after this one.
Hello, Andy.
Hello. Another 2.5, 3 tenths. It's over 3 seconds now. Got to keep it that way.
Yes, Potter. Love you. No, you don't.
Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
The 2.9.
Is that the checkered flag? I didn't see it.
He's Mars nearly a whole lap ahead of me. It's going to be tight with Bortoletto.
Fuck.
Yellow flag.
My tyres just went off there. They didn't really seem to be that bad.
What were you on? Mediums?
Yeah. For the last 10 laps.
Yeah, I did. I changed on lap 10 from mediums to hard, so
Yeah.
they were
12 on
starting to go a
hards.
bit at the rears.
I did. Yeah, well, that's what I just. The data didn't say that they were shot to pieces, but they were.
Yeah, they were only about 30-35%, but they were getting a little bit twitchy at the rear.
I lost it completely twice there on the last lap.
Yeah, I was right behind you crossing the line and saw you heading backwards into the pit lane almost. Did you work out what button it was to turn your speed limiter off? I'll disable that, but
No,
it's called... I'll find out what the keybind is called,
come
but
up on the
I'll turn
screen.
it off.
it didn't come up on the screen.
Yeah, you probably
came
haven't
up on
got a
the
button
screen.
bound to it then.
It normally comes up and says unbound, but
Right.
it told me that I needed to press clutch to get out of the pit,
Yeah.
which I did.
So apart from my little off-track incident, I can't remember what caused that. That was a pretty decent race for me.
What is the AI? 80 or 85?
80, I think. So, do we want to do another Imola or to go straight to Mexico? Any other
Leave that to your chat.
STRL guys want to join us? You're more than welcome. Let's Mexico, says Peterson. That's fine. Right, let's go to the assists restrictions. Make sure all these are set to on. Okay, so if you go into your assists now, you should be able to turn on all of the pit assists if it hasn't done it automatically, JBG.
Right.
It's worth just double checking before we go into the next race. Fair enough. We can. Well, you've got qualifying, Peterson, to do the setup updates at least. But yes, they certainly have changed. Cool. Who else could we invite? Let's invite Red Dog again, just in case he's finished his race. That's about it, really. Not many people online tonight. So Mars won by 1 minute and 4 seconds. And the lap time was 1:20. So in 22 laps, Mars was 80 seconds, no, 65 seconds ahead of me. Yep, cool. Yeah, I was in two minds whether to let you past, Peterson, because you had a 3-second penalty. And you kept getting very close to me heading into the first couple of corners, and I really didn't want to battle with you through those corners. So if you'd made a move for it there, you would have gone past me, and I would have just tried to keep within. There we go, another fan of the SRC setups! Exclamation mark SRC in the chat. Okay, well we are all set up for Mexico. Unless anyone wants to take a break, we can head straight in. Yes, I saw you getting really close heading to turn one, and then you were obviously backing off not to get past me. Like I say, I think if you'd tried to go to, if you'd pulled alongside, I would have just let you go because there was no point battling with you because you had that penalty. So 25 laps of Mexico. Let me just make sure that all of the other stuff is set properly. Short quali, medium race, which is 35%. Light cloud. The only rule is corner cutting. Reduced on the damage. Cool. Yeah, Imola's not a great track for me. I've improved a lot at it recently. But it's still down in the bottom end of my performance tracks.
I'm getting better at it, but pitifully bad.
Yeah, the SRC setup for Mexico has changed quite significantly, I noticed when I entered it. So I'm not sure how I'm going to go here.
Yeah, let's have a look, see what the setup is.
The track up on screen while I load my sim racing center setup.
Have you got a sim racing setup?
I am loading it as we speak, actually, JBG.
Wow, fancy that.
As I don't know if you'd be interested, but if you were to type !SRC in my chat, you would get an affiliate link which would help to support me immensely, as well as a discount code that would get you 10% off anything you bought.
If you find yourself getting understeer,
Cool.
then you're not getting
Well,
enough
I
grip from
have,
the front tyres.
I did
It
use
could
your
mean the car
affiliate,
isn't being
and I,
allowed to lean on the tyre, possibly caused by a front suspension that's too
Oh, well, that's
stiff,
very good
or
of you.
maybe the front wing isn't producing enough downforce.
and I brought them.
Standing by.
Remember? Wow. These setups are so wildly different.
Yeah, the
But-
wing is
but,
particularly different in Mexico.
You have to check to make sure that
Yeah.
you've not got the wrong one.
Yeah, you're not looking at Monza by accident.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm less practiced at Mexico, but I think a little better at it. There's so much in Imola that's doesn't you don't see until you're on it. Whereas at least like the first chicane, coming into that first chicane, you know, it comes at you real quick.
On 17.8. Let's see what Mars does. Didn't do a particularly good job in this section on my hot lap, so plenty of room for improvement there. Wasn't great in the twisty bits either, but I think that's down to the new setup. Welcome back, Peterson. $17.2 and Mars has done a 15.5. 1.7 behind, so the gap's still pretty much where it usually is. Didn't do a very good job in the first few corners, so there's still maybe 3 or 4 tenths in my lap.
Well, I've got one accolade.
So that most spins.
Lap.
Clean lap, did you say?
Yes.
Cool. Screwed it up. Oh, definitely screwed that up. I would have slightly improved, I think, but not by anything major. So 1.4 seconds ahead of everyone behind me, so that's nice. I don't know how long that will last. Still 1.7 behind Mars. Mars on his second set of tyres. I think he's slightly up. $1:15.2. Now almost exactly 2 seconds ahead of me. See how JBG copes through the S's. GBG about to start a lap, I think. How long we got left? 6 minutes. How's JBG's lap going? First sector of 28.4. Second sector of 30.2. Bit slow in the middle sector there. He is on the medium tyre though. Okay, let's stick a fresh set of softs on. Knock all the fuel out the car and go do a minimum fuel run. Five minutes remaining. I've got it up there again. JBG looks to be on an in lap, and is that Peterson in the Aston? Yep. Just coming round either to start a lap or to come into the pitch, just starting a lap. Just Peterson ahead of me, who is, I think, on a hot lap, so unlikely to catch him. Oh, JBG is still out, I think, on his in lap.
Is there something like fuel realistic or something?
I think
'Cause
low
I've run
fuel
out of-
mode.
I'm running out of fuel and I'm doing about 5 miles an hour.
It may well be unrealistic then. I'll change that after this.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
I think I made about half a second up there. I'm now only a second and a half behind Mars. Mars goes quicker again, 2.1 seconds now behind Mars. Box this lap.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
I'm doing my best, Mars. I'm doing my best. Wee-oo. Oh well, P2 again. 1.3 ahead of Peterson. So we'll take that. Just try and do a clean race this time, AD. Mars retired.
Right, so our best
So there's
lap
the,
so far, 1 minute,
the damage.
16.7.
Just under 3 minutes remaining. Oh no, the checkered flag has flown. 3 minutes remaining to complete your final lap. Okay. Right, so 2 seconds a lap at 25 laps, was it? So about 50 seconds behind Mars by the end of the race. Assuming I don't fuck up. I will take a break after this one. My beer has been empty throughout the entirety of the Mexico event, which is not a good thing.
Well, I was only 1/10 behind Hulkenberg.
Aye. You're only 4/10 behind Bortoletto in 4th place, so.
So these are all tracks I'm coming up to speed with. I'm enjoying racing these tracks. I feel like I'm more in control of the driving, even if I'm not fast. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's an
Getting
unusual
fast, I think, will
strategy.
come with knowing how you're driving.
Yeah. 14 laps on the hard to 11 on the mediums is what the game is recommending. With a 2-stop. JBG has left the session. Was that deliberate?
No, it just dropped me out when I was looking at my race strategy.
Okay, I'll send you an invite. Hopefully you can get back into the car. You should have an invite. Let me know when you're ready in the chat. Give JBG time to try and get back in. It might not let you take control of the car until after the start. JBG has joined.
Quali, didn't I?
Yeah, I wonder, does it remember your setup?
Probably. It's the
Oh,
it's player is settings, isn't it? That I'm connecting into.
say again, JBG.
It's okay, don't worry.
Yeah, try and load a setup if it'll let you.
No, I'm staring down at the pits, looking at my Red Bull sat on the
Okay.
starting line.
All right.
So I
Well,
guess
hopefully you'll have your quali setup on at least.
I expect so.
All
Which
right.
is my race setup.
Yep. Okay. Well, everyone is ready. So I hope you get control of your car. If you don't, let me know and we could restart. It's not like we've
Okay,
lost much.
I don't like it when you start a race. It
Okay, clutch out, go,
buggers
go,
everyone
go.
else up. Take control. Yes, I would like to take control of that. There are buttons to do that. It indicates I can. Wow. The car was doing much better. Oh, fuck off. Who was in green? Portello, okay.
First track limits warning.
So it released the car to me just as all the cars were hitting the third left-hander And of course,
We can now use DRS. DRS now available.
Ooh, Mars is on the mediums.
did you hear what I said?
I did, yeah. Sorry, I
Okay,
should have
clear.
reacted. So what, you piled into the back of them, I guess?
Of course, yeah. It literally released me as everyone slowed down.
Ooh, that was terrible, AD. Tried to go into that way too hot.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button. Caution, caution. Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead.
Two track limits.
Now, I should never have gone on, started the race on cards, but that messed up my options.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Where's my pit stop? 14.
Just fuck. I still want someone to tell me why it puts you in reverse when you reset the track. I'm done.
Ask EA.
I'm done. I'm done with this race.
Yellow flag.
Enjoy Mexico.
Green flag.
Gear. Lars made a mistake. Wasn't he 9 and a bit seconds ahead of me before?
Might have just invalidated.
No, he's... I think he's hit a wall or something. And got himself some wing damage. Or he's bored out there all by himself and he's waiting for me.
Doesn't appear to be struggling, to be honest.
Well, I'm definitely gaining on him. On certain portions of the track anyway.
Looks like he's got all of his wing.
Yeah, he's sped up, I think. Maybe he's just playing with me. He could be coming to the end of his tyres, I guess.
He's done 8 laps on mediums. Oh yes, his tyres are over 40%.
Yeah, I'm sort of matching pace with him now. Although he was half a second quicker the last lap.
But say he pulled out a second gap on you in the last lap.
Considering he was over 2 seconds quicker than me in quali. Oh, penalty.
Yeah, he almost lost it. Going for the snakes.
I think I'm only one warning off a penalty myself.
Now in the pits.
Woohoo, I'm going to lead. Red flag, red flag.
ERS is low, ERS is low. Consider changing mode on your MFD or lift a little with gentle
You
braking
spin.
into corners to recharge it.
No, I want a red flag now so I can win.
Oh, okay. Because that's what George Russell was screaming, wasn't it, when his car
Yeah.
went sideways? He was in a very bad position.
Got to cut that corner then. Oh no!
Tyre condition still looking good.
Tyre condition still looking good, says Mark, just as I lose the rear end.
Yeah.
I did hit the wall, but sideways on, thankfully.
Yeah, I had to stop on lap 2 to replace my wing after the car handed to me and wanted attention.
See you in a bit, Peterson.
Peterson out.
Yeah, he says he'll be back. I guess he's had to go do something. Oh, there's me warning. Silly.
Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down,
You
let's
haven't
get it done.
pitted it, have you?
I haven't pitted, no. If I can stay in front of Mars until the pit stop, that'll be something, but I don't think I'm going to. Yeah, my rears are starting to become difficult. Even they're only 30%.
I'm going to go make a drink. I should be back. And you're going to take a break after this race anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll be.
Still got 10 laps to go.
Yep. See you in a bit.
Yep.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please. Okay, off we go, back into the race. That stop wasn't great, we've lost some time there. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, clear.
Alright, just got to keep it on the track basically for 10 laps. Let's keep an eye on these tyres, I think. 3 clean laps. Woohoo!
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, the car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap starting to form.
Yeah, Peterson had to leave. JBG was having a rubbish race. So it's just me, Mars and the AI. Not too bad. How's your week been, Rob? Fair enough. 3 more laps after this one. Fair enough, Rob. Quite enjoy it, yeah. I like this section here, although the new setup makes it a bit more tricky.
The car behind starting to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it.
Can't do this bit, especially doing it like that. Yeah, that's right.
I see he extended his lead on them.
I was matching his lap times for a couple of laps, but my mediums are about done now, so I've had a few. I got P2 in Imola, Rob, as well. Where were you?
Did you?
Yeah, I had to overtake some people for that as well. After my early spin dropped me down virtually to the back. One more lap.
Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
So I'll be taking a break after this one. I need a beer. And then we'll have a think. Have a think while I'm away what you'd like to do next. You eat Nutella if that's what you want to do, Rob.
Nice. So what's the format then for Monday? Is it like one quali session that determines the layout for the first race?
One shot quali for the first race,
Yep.
and then reverse championship order grid for the second.
Does that reverse championship order for the second race take into consideration the first race?
No, it's calculated at the start of tomorrow.
Right, okay.
It'd be too much faff trying to have to do it
Yeah.
in between the two races.
Yeah, last Monday's race was probably one of the best viewing races experiences
Yeah.
I've ever had. Just
The new tyre model is really spicing things up, which is nice.
yes.
You
Yes.
can't just run a DRS train to the first pit stop, come out behind the same people and then run a DRS train to the end anymore. So, yeah, it's...
See that the front runners, after about lap 24, 25, they would literally just sort of hunker down, waiting to make their move in the last lap because they just didn't have any tyre
Mhm.
left to do anything else.
Indeed. Right, so I'm going to go for a break, Have a think between yourselves what you would like to do. Discuss it in the chat. And I'll be back in 5 with a full beer. See you in a bit. Bye for now. There it is. Hello again. We are back. My green screen's not set up. There we go. So, I have beer. Cheers. What do people want to do? Any requests? We could do a random track. I could spin the wheel.
Have you got a wheel?
I have a wheel, the wheel of tracks. If you play Monopoly, you go play Monopoly, Rob. It's I don't think my steering wheel would be particularly useful in doing that. Mars, you're about the only human watching and talking and playing. Rob is human and watching and talking. That's not a bad idea. What do you think of that, JBG? Random or Austria, because that's where this weekend is.
Yeah, I've done quite a lot of Austria this week as well.
Yeah, we can do that if you want.
I do quite a lot of their the F1 World goals and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
They usually have some quite interesting goals, and of course it helps keep me in the different tracks.
Yeah, I haven't done much of that. Haven't done any of that in this game. I did quite a lot of it in 23.
Yeah, I did. I've done a ton of it.
Yeah, I used to quite enjoy it, but
I did a race yesterday in Austria that was no OSD of any kind.
Oh, okay. Well, that was that was enforced on you by the challenge, was it?
Yeah, so
okay.
You had to complete an 18-lap race with no OSD.
Okay. So what? Presumably you still had your engine gauges and stuff.
Yeah, well, I pretty much exclusively now for a while I've just been using the cockpit cam.
Yeah.
So I just use the info on the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. So same format then. Short quali, 35% race. Peterson is no longer with us. I did just send him an invite. He said he would be back. We'll give him a minute or two. Yeah. Although he has got 20 minutes worth of qualifying to dive in. And worst case, if we have to restart after quali, it's not like there's 20 people. It's
I guess
we're at the grid for. So all right, well let's dive in for quali. If Peterson comes back, he can either join in quali, or if he's in time for the race, we can restart if necessary. Let's see how we go around Austria. I like Austria. Have you driven much of Austria reverse? You driven much of any of the reverse tracks?
I've done Austria reverse quite a lot, but I'm still at the point where if I do it, it takes me a few laps to get used to it.
Yeah, the Austria is a particularly tricky one. Turn 3 in the reverse direction. I don't think I've done it properly yet.
You couldn't do it in real life because it's so bloody dangerous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's no way they would be allowed to do that.
Because you crest coming into the turn.
Yeah.
Crest the hill coming into the turn, and literally you're braking without knowing what's going on ahead of you.
Yeah. I think it's slightly downhill in the braking zone as well, just to make it even worse.
Yeah, it is for the next 2 turns, if I remember rightly.
Yes, yeah. Or at least I don't think turn 1 in the reverse direction is blind as much as turn 3 is.
Turn 1 is in reverse direction is a thing of beauty if you get it right.
Yeah, it is. Again, I'm not sure I ever have yet. I quite enjoy the twit
going
the twisty
downhill
bit.
and braking, and you're almost drifting as you go around.
Yeah, I don't think they would get away with that. That's not Austria. That's Austria. Yeah, as I say, there's no way they'd get away with that in a real Grand Prix.
No, it's just so dangerous.
I should probably update
Okay,
the setup actually.
Exactly what I'm about to do.
It's quiet right now. Let's get out there while it's clear.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Unusual.
It's interesting how the rear suspension is almost in every scenario much higher. Higher, not much higher, but higher.
Okay, so I now have an Austria set up. Let's put a bit of extra fuel in. To OBS so I can see what's going on. And out we go.
Checks complete. Everyone be aware, we've got a car leaving the garage.
Haven't done an Austria. Oh, they have done an Austria reverse. We're not doing a reverse race, are we? I do like Austria. There's turn 3. There's some technical term, or there's some turns that you can really lose time on.
Yeah.
Let's go. One of my favourite pit exits as well, because it doesn't
Yeah, it's
dump you
quite
at
a
the
tricky
first
one.
turn.
You can lose a lot of time on that pit exit as well. Well, that was an invalidation. Got away with it though. Yeah. .6 behind Mars. It's a very short lap this though. 1.4 behind Mars. Need to get the apex at turn 3. I haven't done it yet.
I'm not displeased with that.
And mediums as well. Only 4/10 behind me. That's pretty worrying.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
See you, Rob. Enjoy your weekend.
Adios, Rob. You good?
Got the apex at turn 3. Got the turn 4.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Oh, I didn't turn off low fuel mode. Mars is already out on his second run, trying to restore that 2-second gap. How's he getting on? He's set a fastest first sector. That's an outlap. Okay, here we go. If my telemetry is to be believed, I have the fastest Sector 2 and Sector 3, and JBG has the fastest Sector 1. Yeah, my telemetry is not to be believed, because all of Mars's times are faster than the ones in purple on my screen.
How did I invalidate that?
Hey, Mars coming to the last couple of corners. This time is a 104.0, 1.8 seconds ahead of me. Right, let's go out for the low fuel run.
Okay, our best lap so far, 1:05.9. Okay, that's all the checks complete, we're ready to go.
So you can hit the apex on my out lap. What can I do on a hot lap? Nothing to do with the fact that I'm doing it about 50 miles an hour slower than I am on a hot lap.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
It's a better turn 1. 10th and a half up. Nearly half a tenth quick, half a second quicker. 1.3 seconds to Mars. Has Mars got a final run in him? He is out. Shall I block him? Where is he? Oh, he's not out. He's got his 3rd set of tyres fitted. It's the best corner to park on just in case he does come out. He's got just over a minute left. He is on his way out of the pits. It's going to be touch and go whether he makes it round in time.
3 minutes to go.
Oh no, 3 minutes left. I misread it. Should we give him a tow? Okay, we can watch Mars's lap. Let's see how he can do. So his current first sector time 15.7. Slightly up, 600s. Nice and neat through turn 3. Accelerating away up the hill, DRS comes open. Down towards turn 4, quite a tricky one this sometimes. Using all the curbs on the outside. Through turn 6, we'll get the second sector split. Tricky turn 7, I never know whether to change up for turn 7. Second sector split, 10th and a half up. He needs another 5 or 6 tenths to get his 2-second gap. It's tricky to make that up in the last 2 corners. Let's see what he can do. Oh, and he's off track. Trying just too hard has invalidated. Mark this date. AD qualifies within 1.4 seconds of Mars. Admittedly, around the shortest lap time on the calendar. But but I'll take that. Just JBG now. Currently a 10th down as he heads into Sector 3. Glad to hear it, Mars. Make me look less bad for once. JBG doesn't improve. Does have time for another lap if he's got the fuel and the battery, but I suspect doesn't have either.
That was fun. I did a fastest lap I've done in this game at Austria, which I won't complain about.
Nope. Peterson, are you back? If you are, we can get you in. We'll set the grid with Mars, myself and JBG at the front. Oh, Mars is actually in 5th as well, apparently. It gets very confused between Mars and Bortoleto for whatever reason. So Mars is currently going to line up in 1st and 5th. Sometimes it calls Mars Bortoleto, and sometimes it calls Bortoleto Mars. Team telemetry have a little work to do, I suspect.
Just ran out of fuel. I'd be forever going around, so I've just retired.
I'm surprised it didn't take over for you once you crossed the line, to be honest, because the timer had gone, hadn't it?
No, I hadn't. It still had about 5 seconds left.
Oh, yeah, you were still on, in theory, a lap, but you had no fuel.
Yeah.
So, yes, that's right, I remember now.
104.
Okey-dokey.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not
104.0
disappointed.
as well, practically a 103.
Yes. 103 was what the PSGL guys were doing.
Right.
I don't know whether you've seen Formula Kai.
I know the name, but only from
Yeah.
the odd Creator Series race I've watched.
His streams aren't particularly interesting, but he does like summary voiceovers like Jarno Opner does.
Yeah.
And they're always quite interesting.
For a slightly unusual strategy. Soft inter. Okay, I'm ready. Peterson, this is your absolute last chance to get in this race if you're still with us. If not, I'm good to go. Mars is also ready. Just you, JBG.
Okay.
No pressure.
I'll be there in a second. Good to go.
Good luck, everybody. Let's keep those AI behind us.
Clutch out, we're green.
Awful start for JBG. Don't know what happened there.
There isn't a rev counter in the cockpit cam.
Ah, okay.
Oh, the AI have done their "you shall not pass" them.
Mars trying the softs.
Okay, DRS is now available.
Go, AD! Desperately trying to stay in Mars's DRS. I did get DRS, but now he's about 10 seconds ahead of me. Of course, now my rears are already at 15%.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Have you seen my rear tyres, Mark? No issues with tyre wear, apparently. What happened there? Albon and Hulkenberg fighting will help me close the gap.
Okay, gap ahead, 2.2 seconds.
Rear's looking nasty already. Don't try too hard into turn one, I think.
Tyre wear's higher than we're expecting. We've got a new strategy available on your MFD if you want it. Got that confirmed.
Mars pits on lap 7.
Fuck off.
Green flag.
That wasn't me, was it?
No, it wasn't. Right. Why the fuck does it always set you in fucking reverse when you reset to track? It's like the stupidest thing. That's my race favourite. That was going pretty well.
You were catching me, so my tyres are fucked though.
We're approaching the pit window now, and you're going to be on hards next time.
But what costs me all the time is not the spin, is it the fact that you reset to track, you take off, you have to shift out of reverse, and then you overgun it because you're fucking around
Yeah.
fucking reverse. And then of course I span off again. Every race tonight. That's happened. Fuck off, Mark.
Let's use overtake
Fuck
and
off.
burn off some of this energy. In this lap, push now. remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance and the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. Okay mate, that's it. Go, go, go. That was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Mars is on Inters. Unless my telemetry's really screwed.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Track limits, really?
Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push.
Yes, Mars must be bored. Can see Mars.
Pulling out a second a lap on the car behind. Really good stuff.
Mars going to come out on softs now and completely obliterate me. Oh, especially if I do that.
Mind that front wing, it's going to need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay,
What do you mean
mate,
if?
we might need to look at a new race strategy after that. I've got some options for you, so go and check your MFD. Confirmed. Understood. Stopping this lap. Don't forget, box this lap.
You better change my wing.
They're quite good at that this time. I think the threshold
Okay,
for
go.
changing wings
Perfect
has
job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time.
Lower.
We're happy with that one.
Okay. Right, 8 seconds in, 6 laps.
use your overtake button more, it's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Well, there's my time
Afraid you've
penalty.
been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate. Tyre condition still looking good. And gap to the car in front, 1.6 seconds. Caution, caution. Okay, clear.
Jesus. Thank you, Science. Oh, fucking hell.
Alright, so we've been looking at the damage and we think we should be okay to continue. It's going to cost us a little bit of time, but we're nearly at the end of the race.
Apart from the 30 seconds I just spent parked in the barriers. The Mars do 6 and a bit seconds in 2 laps. Is my problem. I get too excited when I'm close behind another car. Oh, I could have him. Spin.
That's usually my problem.
Yeah. Autoletto's engines just exploded. Penultimate lap, rather unfortunate. You're on for a podium here, JBG. Oh, you've got penalty. Oh, 9 seconds of penalties, all right. So Mars needs 5 and a bit seconds to win the race on the final lap. And last lap he was 4 and a bit seconds quicker than Albon. Oh, there's another penalty. Oh, well, unlucky Mars. Now needs 7.4 seconds in a lap. Some of the defending by the AI at turn 3 was out. Oh, that's an interesting lunge, Mars. I think the stewards may want a word with you in a minute. It's JBG's last half lap or so. He is ahead of Sainz, needs to pull 1.7 seconds out in the next half a lap. .3, 1.2, 1.1. A second. 0.9. Oh no, you're 9 seconds penalties, haven't you? Sorry. Well, that was a shocking race from me.
What do you mean?
Just too many spins.
I had that one when we came side to side, and all that is I thought, right. And so I hit over Overwatch or whatever it's called.
Overtake. Yeah.
And lost my overtake, and my back end went
It's
past me as I went into the barrier.
Yeah, you really need to make sure that you're not going to get wheel spin when you do that. I've done that so many times.
You're going quiet.
Yeah, sorry, I've done that so many times.
Yeah.
You think I'll just put overtake on coming out the corner.
Just hit it too early. Probably about 15, 20 minutes later, I would have been perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But I was surprised to have drawn up beside you. You know, I just went on a slightly inside line and just caught you as I came out of the turn 3, and then I was right beside you, and I thought, right.
I think I was trying to overtake the AI ahead, which was what slowed us all up. Well, take that. My fastest lap only half a second slower than Mars's fastest lap.
Oh no!
What? You've forgotten to save the replay.
Saved it.
Good.
Right.
So it's 11:30. We can do another, I would say. Any track requests?
Austria, it's such a good track to
have
fun at.
Yeah, I can almost do it as well.
Yes. Let me have a look at the track. Because I always fancy myself at COTA, but I never do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Mars is off, so it's just us two and some AI. Yep. Thank you for joining us, Mars. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Mars. Always
Congratulations.
A pleasure to see you at the top of the timing tower, whatever it's called.
Yep. Not anymore. I am.
See you in the race. I think I actually did see you come out of the pits once.
Yeah. Interesting strategy from Mars on that one.
Why?
Softs, hards, inters, hards, mediums, I think.
Oh, wow.
Or, no, soft, hards, inters, medium, hards. And he still finished ahead. He still would have finished ahead of me, even if I hadn't crashed out.
So did you DNF yourself, or did you lose?
I did, yeah. I spun again at turn 3 and Ah, it's Mark's fault. Yeah, I spun again in turn 3 and damaged my wing, and with like a lap and a half left, I figured there was little point carrying on. I was going to be last, whatever happened, so hey ho.
Yeah.
Even Bortoletto beat me, and he retired.
Huh.
So you got your free pick of tracks, basically. You know me, I'm easy.
I don't think I've got the mental capacity to do something particularly tough.
Okay.
I am knackered, and we've got a big day tomorrow.
Go for a drive tomorrow, aren't you?
No,
Or did I misunderstand?
no, it's next Saturday.
Oh, next Saturday. Ah, okay.
Meeting him at
Yeah.
Bristol Services.
Cool. Well, I could spin the wheel and give you some suggestions, or you can just pick a track.
Let's not do too long a race either.
Well, we can drop to 25 if you want.
Yeah, it's
There's not well, it's up to you. Is there any point doing short quali? I don't mind doing short quali. We can if you want to sort of get your eye in.
yeah. I always or just a short lap track. Quali short 1 lap.
What, one shot?
Bahrain is the enigma for me. It's like it's another one of these tracks where I love it, but when it comes to racing it, I always fuck it up.
There is Bahrain on the screen.
Or Australia. Spain, I
Australia.
love.
There's Spain. Well, like I say, I'll do any of them, even the ones I'm crap at. So, take your pick.
Let's do Bahrain.
Okay. So, short quali 25%. Yeah.
Yep. We can just do one quali if you want.
It's up to you if you want to do a few laps to get.
Okay,
your
we'll
eye in.
do a few laps and then
I mean,
give
you
us
can
a chance.
You can always retire.
Yes.
How about AI? How many do you want? We have 4 currently.
Yeah, I think that'll be enough, won't it?
Okay.
Because in reality, I'm going to chase you down and I'm going to be fighting the AI to get to you.
Yeah,
But-
Bahrain's not a great track for me. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
I have many better tracks. Okay, we can ready up.
Oh, yeah.
I will need to re-enter my sim racing center setup.
Yes, me too.
I am aware I was leaning away from the microphone while I tried to drive Discord. So we'll load Bahrain and see how much it has changed. Ooh, lots. Certainly on the wing side, if nothing else.
Okay, the circuit's
Bloody
clear
hell.
at the moment. We're good to go.
Kidding.
Air pressures as well. Okay. I will do my, let's put some extra fuel in. I'll do my usual 7-lap initial run.
Right, the car's ready. Let's get it out there.
Have I set the start time to not realistic?
Looks like night time. Oh, it's dusk.
Let my front tyres get cold. Screwed up the last corner on my outlap, not ideal.
Oh,
31.7 for Hulkenberg, 31.6 for Sainz. .0 for Bortoletto. And a lock up for me. Really want to go forward on the brake bias from there. 30.9. We're only a tenth ahead of Bortoletto. Still yet to do what I would call a decent lap. You certainly can, GSXR. I will send you an invite. There you go. It's just the two of us plus some AI, so there'll be no competition for you, I'm afraid.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Six tenths up on Bortoletto, that'll do. Got to turn off low fuel again.
I'll try not to run out of fuel.
Good idea.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
beautiful skyline.
Yeah. So is GSXR going to do his last to first? Is he going to bother qualifying? As I say, it's not going to be much of a challenge for him. Going from 7th on the grid with you and me and some 80 AIs.
Right, so our fastest lap currently 1 minute 30.4.
Well, I'm good to go as far as quali goes anyway. I don't think I'll bother doing another lap. GSXR is out on the track.
Oh, first corner, bloody door opened beside me. Scared the crap out of me. And I
Handy.
end up in the barrier. I'm going to retire from the session purely because doing a quali is superficial, really.
Yep. Let GSXR do his lap. Oh, he's already fastest by second and a half. I will also retire. Oh, GSXR has as well. Yeah, look at that. Turns up, does a lap. Second and a half quick. Right then. 25% race around Bahrain. How many laps is that? Maybe about 18 or something. Probably not even that. 15. Soft, it reckons. Or soft hard. Yes, I don't think I'll bother with that one.
I'm ready.
As am I. Let us know when you're ready, GSXR, or just ready up. Both of us are ready.
Okay, clutch up, go, go, go!
Hulkenberg.
that was dumb, AD.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
DRS
it's me
now
bad.
enabled. DRS enabled.
Oh,
Green flag.
What happened?
Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
GSXR is struggling with the rears coming out of, is it turn 5?
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Tyres are getting
Okay, we're
bit
boxing
worse
this
for wear.
lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
left.
Okay, pit in this lap and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Okay, let's go now. Come on. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Quick. AI is now pitting. some of them anyway. Eight seconds to Bortoletto, but he hasn't stopped. 23 to GSXR, who also hasn't stopped.
The car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres.
Oh dear. GSXR now banging in the fastest laps. Leto pits. .4 to GSXR, that's a pit stop. Now both on the same tyre, but his is a lot older than mine.
Remember to play around with ERS modes in your MFD if you need to.
He's gone, he didn't even say goodbye. Maybe he did, maybe he had something wrong with his mic or something.
Now. Keep taking care of them.
We are closing in on GSXR, but I suspect he's playing with us. His tyres will be quite old. He's in the pits.
So your ERS is running a bit low. Look into changing your ERS mode in the MFD for a more conservative burn rate, or you might want to try some lifting or gentle braking to recharge.
So he's 5 seconds behind me on the soft tyre. Should be no trouble for him. especially with my penalty. Stop cutting corners, AD. Three laps to go after this one. He's now within penalty range. Never in any doubt really. He's on the better tyre. He's a much better driver. Two more laps. 30.1 compared to my 32.4. Been way too early for the first corner. Sitting duck down the main straight.
Okay mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Well, I'll take finishing that close to him on the road, but I'm sure he was letting me. He was taking it easy on me. Oh well, that was a fun evening. Some fun racing in there. Always nice to have Mars with us. Thanks also to who else? Peterson and JBG, obviously. That's it for tonight. We will call it quits there. We'll see if we can find somebody to raid. I'm sure there's bound to be someone playing F1 25. Didn't win any awards. Cleanest driver, GSXR, as well as fastest lap and race winner. Nicely done. Fastest lap, 2.3 seconds slow. Yeah, you seem to be struggling in a few corners that I wasn't, but you know, your fastest lap compared to mine speaks volumes there. 2.3 seconds. You know, I'm never going to realistically keep pace with you when you've got that kind of pace. But anyway, it's good to see you. Hope you enjoyed that. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good weekend. As I say, we will go and raid somebody, so do stick around for that if you wouldn't mind. AD raid in the chat once we get there. Use the emote if you have access to it. No stream Sunday afternoon because it is a Grand Prix weekend. So next one will be Monday evenings, commentary on SDRL_official. Lurk raid follow. Thank you, Red. Interesting thing there. Let's go raid Chris Not Luda. He's playing some F1 25 according to this. So do say hello. As I say, I'll be back on Monday with SDRL commentary, co-commentating with It's Chocolate. Then Wheelspin Wednesdays is on Wednesday evening. Bye for that. Hope you've all had fun. Enjoy the rest of your week following. And I hope you have a good weekend. I will see you soon. Take care. Thanks. Bye for now.